YouTube, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for checking out another video. In today's video, we have a kind of curly hair on top, a low skin fade, sharp shape up, and a slight little line on the side. Sorry I haven't been uploading recently, I've just had a little bit of time off, but now I'm back on the grind of YouTube, so if you guys can, please remember to smash that subscribe button. First thing we're going to do here with this haircut, we're going to come in and saturate the client's hair on top, thoroughly all the way through. And then we're going to come in and set in a profile section straight down the middle, and this is what's going to set our guide through the whole haircut. We're going to come in just a second, and we're going to cut a little bit off the top, making sure not to cut too much off. My client here gets his haircut regularly, so we're not going to give him a massive haircut on top. So we're going to come in and keep that guideline just as the shape of the head, so it's actually going to be round. We're pulling it 90 degrees from the head shape, keeping it round the whole way through. This will create a more fluid shape, consistent. Right, so now just finishing up cutting the top, we're going to come in and cross check like you see here. And when I say cross checking, you're just pulling the hair up in the opposite direction you cut it in the first place, and we're checking that the shape's even the whole way through. And you don't want any kind of strays coming over, just if there is, nick them off. We're now going to come with number 2.5 to remove the bulk on the sides. I'm going to go straight into that graduation. We didn't actually cut the graduation today because his hair was already quite short. We're now going to come in and punch our 0 line. We're using our Babyliss skeleton FX trimmer, and these things are absolute hitters. Look how sharp that line's coming out. And I'm going to remove that bulk with that trimmer as well, and this is our first guideline. And now we're going to come in and follow that up with a foil shaver. I like to use the back of the foil shaver, especially in his hair, because his hair, the lines get really stuck in, especially if you use the foil shaver, it's quite difficult to get it out. So now I'm going to come in and set in our 0.5 guideline. We're going to set this about ½ an inch to an inch, and keeping it as consistent as possible. Remember to use that brush to brush away any excess hair to get that guideline as clear as possible. Right, so coming in now, our next step is that 1.5 guard open. As you can see, I'm quite flicky with the wrist, and this is just to make sure not to set in any harsher guidelines. And I'm kind of angling my clipper down to keep that shape up on the C-cup quite dark, keeping that naturally dark. And we just come in and close that lever, and we're just going to kind of descend our way down. Just kind of use a flick of our wrist coming off of the head and try and keep that guideline as soft as possible. We're now going to come with our 1 guard open, and again, flick of the wrist, keeping that nice fluid motion. And we're going to use our wrist here more than our shoulders. We're going to go just under where we left off that 1.5 guard, and we're just going to kind of keep these guidelines nice and soft. See, I've just closed it. That's just going to help soften that middle line between the 0.5 and the 1. While remembering this won't get that line up completely, you'll have to come and follow that up with the 0.5 guard to really get that fade buttery. Right, so our next step here is we're going to come in and use our clipper fully closed, and we're kind of flicking out again. Tell a lie, we're not fully closed, we had it halfway closed, sorry, my bad. We're now fully closed. We're going to descend down this bottom line, but really, really light movements and tight movements. Remember to flick just below the line and flick onto the line, because then you will try and stop the chance of you creating another guideline. But if you do, don't be alarmed, just kind of open that clip as you work your way up, and make sure that guideline's completely out. If your clipper can't do that, make sure to kind of just come in with our trimmer and actually get it right out for you. We're now coming in and use that 0.5 guard. We're now kind of detailing the haircut, and when I say detailing, using all different kinds of guards, scissors, whatever it is to get this haircut as top level as you can, using our corners and really, really looking in the mirror, looking for imperfections and getting this haircut to the top standard that we can give. As you can see, we're coming back with clipper with no guards. I'm really, really detailing this haircut. Over the next couple clips, you'll see me use a variation of different guards. You'll see me use a scissor and comb. As you can see, I'm coming back to the 1.5 guard now. We're really just going over our steps we've done, and in areas that you think need improvement. Right now, this is where you want to look away from the blend, look into the mirror, and this is where you'll see the imperfections. As you can see, it looks a bit heavy for me at the top of that haircut, just towards the contour area. I'm now coming with that 1 guard open, so I can't really tell you how to detail. It's all very, very visual. Right, so now coming in with some scissor over comb. This is really going to help us finesse that connection between the clipper work and the scissor work on top. Remember to keep a nice static blade. I'm using the fine side of the comb here just to get right in those little dark areas that my clippers can't quite do. I'm coming in with a little bit of thinning scissors here just to kind of soften that area again a little bit more. Right, so now coming in and doing our C-cut, we're going to first set in our horizontal line at the bottom of the vertical bar, and then we're going to use our clipper as almost like an anchor on our middle finger, and then we're going to create that nice sort of C scoop right there. Leaving that shape up dark, look how kind of defined that is. It's absolutely crispy. Right, we're now going to come in and do the vertical bar now. And remember, we're not going to press too hard with the trimmer because these trimmers are set close and you can't irritate the skin. Keeping it as natural as possible and pulling away from the shape up to get that nice crispy line. We're now going to move on to the other side. We're going to do the exact same steps here. So I'm going to let you follow along. And guys, please, please, please smash that subscribe button. That shape up is coming out crispy. These trimmers are set to perfection. Guys, if you want to know how to set your clippers like this, there's a video on my channel and be sure to go check it out. So now I'm going to come in and do some styling on the top. My client here has quite curly hair, but he always seems to push it up. I was saying it looks nicer coming down on your face a little bit more, embracing those curls, and tell me guys what you think in the comments. We're now coming in and we're just setting that eyebrow slit, and we're going to follow the line into his hair just at the bottom of his vertical bar. Look how sharp that shape up is looking. Absolutely crispy. Right, so now I'm going to come in with that razor, and this way you can really detail that line. And then we're going to use the corner of our razor, and this is where we're going to do the shape up as well. Making sure not to press too hard. I'm actually dry shaving him today because his skin doesn't get irritated by the razor. I can afford to do that. But some clients you do get irritated. We're now going to come in and do the line up on his beard as well. And I'll put a little bit of talcum powder down just to dry the skin out, and it creates a nice sort of ash line on his beard. Remember to pull the skin in the opposite direction to stop the skin from being tagged. Now coming in, and we're going to use the cutthroat on his hair, and we're only going to use really small movements here. And now coming in doing a shape up on the other side, and we're keeping this as natural as possible. Doing the same on his beard, and that whole haircut is looking crispy. Right guys, so just finishing up this haircut here. Here's the before. Look what he came in looking like. And here's the after. If you guys have enjoyed today's video, please make sure to smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, comment down below what you want to see next, and I'll make sure to do that. I'll see you soon. Peace.